Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I am back, and it is time for another 1 vs 1 AlphaStar replay cast. We have got ourselves a Master Zerg gonna be taking on the Alpha Terran. That just sounds badass. Now, the map is New Repugnancy today, and so it's gonna be another AlphaStar TVZ. I think we can expect to see a lot of siege tanks, some marines, maybe some Banshees, and then it's really all up to what the Zerg player will do, because there is a wide range of things that AlphaStar could have to deal with. It could have to deal with things like Roach All-Ins, Niduses, Mutas, oh yeah, really you name it. AlphaStar can have to deal with it. And so, yeah, I'm excited to see how the Masters player is going to go up against the AI. As per usual, AlphaStar tends to just lose in TVZ only to like really derpy stuff. For the most part though, it'll just macro up and destroy its opponents with just a bajillion siege tanks essentially, and then just enough marines. AlphaStar basically zergs the Zerg with its mass amount of units. Now, ladies and gentlemen, seeing as how we are 16 seconds past the first minute in this video, let's try and hit 16 likes on it. Hitting that like button does actually help out. And of course, go ahead and subscribe if you aren't subscribed to the channel. It is free. It is, yeah, it is a good way to help out the channel and get notified for daily Starcraft 2. So, normal builds from both these players so far. We just gotta really look at the production tab, and we'll see that all is well in the world. Then there's a spawning pool hatchery. Normal stuff for the Masters player. And yeah, we'll just have to see how he's going to deal with AlphaStar's macro goodness, I guess I'll say, as the AI does tend to just macro up and then holds all cheeses. So it's like, what do you do? I think the answer is you just have to macro up very well yourself. We see this Masters player has got a tournament win under his belt. He's got that Colossus portrait floating next to his base. They actually can't remove that from replays. So that does indeed give away who's the human and who's the AI. AlphaStar doesn't play in tournaments yet. Thank God for that. For everyone else who plays in tournaments, we see the Reaper of AlphaStar run in. The drone's actually going to try and get aggressive on the Reaper. Really good save from the Masters player. Not usual that a Zerg pulls the drones aggressively towards the Reaper, but he does a good enough job saving it and repelling it. Now we take a look. There is indeed just the Reaper pushing about. The Masters player wants to secure up his third base. We'll see if AlphaStar is able to harass that at all. So it looks like that drone is going to be able to get up that third base. Nothing out of the ordinary there. And then we take a look. Speed is on the way. All that good stuff. Reaper being a bit of a pain chasing the Lings away, but does end up getting repelled by the Queen. Doing a good job defending all the other Zerg units. Queens are the real MVP. So there's that pneumatized Carapace upgrade on the way for the Masters Zerg player. This is going to basically turn these overlords into jets. They will just blast across the Terran's base. By the time the Terran realizes they're in, the overlords will have seen everything, much like Patrick Stewart. Now, we take a look, then there is the Zerg player just making drones, but oh boy, here's trouble. AlphaStar's Banshee is going to be coming out next. AlphaStar's Banshees are so lethal, I feel like we need another word or name or something for them. It's just like, they just rain death down upon everything. It's like they're, I don't know, a good name for them, but we'll have to come up with one, because that's the really main takeaway from watching hundreds of AlphaStar replays is Banshee is good. Is effectively it. All the AlphaStar Terran matches. Now, we take a look. The Hellions and Reaper for AlphaStar poking out, but the Queens are in position for the Masters player. He's got the right amount of Lings waiting. Shouldn't have to worry about these at all. Really good defense so far. Now, defending is only half the battle when it comes to dealing with Terran shenanigans as Zerg, as another part is you gotta make sure you're making workers non-stop. Like, it's good to defend things, but if your economy falls to the wayside during it, it wasn't really worth it. And we do see that the Zerg player is actually lacking on workers quite a bit. I mean, he defended against the Hellions. Now there's going to be the Banshee coming on in. But if we take a look, it's 33 drones to 38 SCVs already. This is not making me feel very comfortable for the Masters player at all. We see he's floating quite a bit of money. Not doing the best job macroing right now because he has been so focused on defending against AlphaStar's attacks. Yeah, we take a look. Overlord is going to be getting shooed away, but once again, it's that you scout it out, but it's like, oh, you're on such bad economy anyway. What can you really do about it? AlphaStar is going to have its third CC done, whereas the Masters player isn't even really mining from his third base. So just naturally, we're going to be seeing the Masters player in a lot of trouble. He should be doing a better job macroing up, but he is not. And so I'm starting to get quite worried for the Zerg player. I get the feeling this is going to be another AlphaStar bop. Like the Zerg player, he's getting up Banelings, he's going to be able to start researching Baneling speed, and then AlphaStar is just going to move across the map and totally wreck his face with the bajillions of siege tanks that the AI has. The Banshee is going to be coming in to harass a little bit now. AlphaStar doesn't even need to kill drones because it's already up on workers. The Banshee does take a fair bit of shots from the Spore Crawler. I'm going to be looking for any other potential damage they can get. There's actually no Overseer yet, or there's the Overseer coming on in. So the Banshees of AlphaStar do take a bit of a beating. One of them goes down. At the same time, though, playing against AlphaStar is just such a challenging thing because it's like you have to defend against the pressure that it goes for, which is relentless. Then you have to macro up on par. You have to macro up while dealing with AlphaStar's pressure. Then you have to basically deal with AlphaStar's own incredibly strong economy. It's just, it's so good. It's almost like a perfect player, the AI. Now, a fourth base is on the way for the Zerg. I do like this, but at the same time, I feel like a normal Zerg would be at least on 60-odd workers at this point in the game. We're about 7 minutes in, and this Zerg player is not looking too good. AlphaStar is up on supply, mining like a madman. Even though it's not a man at all, it's just a mad machine. Then let's take a look. Double Evos are on the way. For the Masters player, his upgrades will be late compared to AlphaStar's. And has he got that centrifugal hooks? No, he doesn't. His Banelings are going to be looking comically slow when AlphaStar comes in for an attack. There's a couple of Banelings just chilling out here, potentially going to run into his opponent's base. The Banshee does get taken out by a Spore Crawler. At the same time, though, I just do not have high hopes for the Master player. Then let's take a look here. Baneling's gonna waddle on in, but the tanks quickly dispatch them. There's Hydras on the way for the Masters player. But once again, we see AlphaStar is up on supply, far too much for its opponent to deal with. And so I'm just really concerned right now for the Masters player. Like, he's now getting Baneling speed, which maybe will be in time for a big fight. But somehow we gotta see the Zerg just totally catch AlphaStar off guard if they're gonna win a fight. But the thing is, the AI doesn't ever seem to get caught off guard. We have yet to see AlphaStar really make a big mistake in which all of its tanks get surrounded or something like that, unsieged, and then the Zerg take a good fight. Now we're gonna be seeing AlphaStar going out for a big old drop with just a ton of Marines. AlphaStar's like, I got tanks, I'll use those later. Right now we're talking Marines, and I am going to give a hot delivery of 4 full medivacs of Marines into my opponent's base. These are going to be +1 attack Marines. My opponent doesn't have Baneling speed. My opponent only has 3 Banelings. I don't even know if the Masters player has enough to stop this drop. He's got 7 Hydras, 39 Lings, versus what is going to be 32 Marines in his base. AlphaStar's got a bit of a misclick going on with Marines following the medivacs. That's a Terran classic. But look at this. These Marines are just going to be able to unload right on inside the Master player's base. They're just gonna kind of casually fly on in. The Marines start unloading. It's a big old Marine drop for AlphaStar. Let's see, how much damage are these Marines gonna get? Looks like that Macro Hatchery is gonna be the first victim. That goes down. A few Banelings rolling on in. AlphaStar targets most of them down, though, well enough. There's really nothing else to stand in the way of these Marines, which are cutting up all the Hydras. Oh my gosh, we totally just witnessed a bop here today. The Marines, great positioning on the ramp by AlphaStar. There's more units rallying or derping across the map. The damage is already getting dealt by the AI, though. The natural hatchery gonna go down. One of the Evos died. At least 1-1 did finish for the Zerg player, but he's already in just a world of bother. These Marines are gonna lift up. They're gonna get on out, go to the main base. AlphaStar is at 180 supply to 110 of its opponent. The Marine's going to unload now in the main base, but then they pick back up very wisely as there's Banelings underneath them. But the Masters player is just not in a good spot. Not in a good spot at all. AlphaStar is showing its dominance once again. May as well kill the Hydra Den, because why not? You don't need to make Hydras, guy. Okay, the Hydra Den does stay alive. There's nothing really anti-air-wise, though, to shut down these drops. So they're just going to keep bouncing back and forth. AlphaStar now moving across the map with all of its tanks, with the rest of its Marines, and that's all it takes in order to get the GG from the Masters player. He knows how outplayed he was and how done he was. Okay, so AlphaStar totally destroyed that Zerg, and we head on into game number 2. We'll see if we're going to get a game number 3 of this master player can bring it back for humanity, and he is a master toss. And taking on a toss is going to be Alpha Toss. So we're going to have a toss-up between the two of these guys, and then we'll just see whether the Masters player can do anything against AlphaStar. PvP can be an absolute clown fiesta. I had myself a very wacky Protoss versus Protoss the other day, as I've been queuing up as random a little bit, and it was just a mess on the stream. Like, I proxied him, he proxied me, all that good stuff. Yeah, now let's take a look. We have got mirrored openings from both these players for starters, so that's always an exciting sign, because things will eventually start to diverge, and that's when they get a little bit wacky. Now we see a double gas for the Masters player as per standard PvP protocol, but AlphaStar says, to hell with the standard, I'm gonna go for a gateway expand probably, because I'm AlphaStar, and that's what I do. The Masters player comes on in, might actually go for a gas steal, no, decides against it. Then is just hanging out at the back of AlphaStar's base with his probe. There's the Nexus going up for AlphaStar. The Masters player is getting up his double gateway, getting up his cyber core. Yeah, playing a normal PvP, whereas AlphaStar just says, you know what, I go for my gateway expand all the matchups. You can't tell me what to do. I'm AlphaStar. Now there's that extra gas going up for AlphaStar. The Masters player's got to be like, why is it so late? Why is your gas so late? What are you doing? And then his probe's going to go down and see this Nexus and be like, oh, you absolute madman. Now, the Masters player, I gotta say, is going to be heading into a bit of a supply block, starting his extra pylon a fair bit late, which is never a good thing. This essentially means that these two Adepts that we're going to be getting made, they're not going to be getting made. He can't dump Chrono into them, obviously, because he's still supply blocked, so bit of a mistake there, losing probably like 4 or 5 seconds, which in Starcraft 2 may as well be an eternity. There's a Stargate on the way for both players, double Adepts for the Masters player. He's not using his Chrono Boost on the Adepts, which I'll say is quite notable. Probe attacking the Gateway, Probe attacking the Gateway, and maybe there's another Probe, as we all know there's always a bigger fish. So we see double Adepts going to be coming out for the Masters player, single Adept for AlphaStar. It seems to just go for one Adept and a very quick second Adept in order to try and keep its opponent off its back. But it's already got up its extra Nexus, it's already making a ton of probes, and there's actually 2 Adepts out for AlphaStar now. So the 2 Adepts for the Masters player, they might not get anything done. The 2 Adepts going to meet each other in the middle. Taking shots at each other. Let's see who's going to come out on top. So far, good micro from AlphaStar, but then the Masters player micros his own Adepts. The Adepts like 2 ships passing in the night. Looks like there'll have to be a gateway block from the Masters player if he's going to stop AlphaStar's Adepts. His own 2 Adepts are going to shade into the main base of AlphaStar. We'll see how that's going to play out. Like the Adepts of AlphaStar getting pushed away, but there's the Phoenix for the Master player, gonna totally just lift up that one Adept, and all of a sudden it looks like there's gonna be no damage getting done by the Masters player, and we see further justification of the fast Nexus from the AI. The Masters player not able to punish it at all. However, he has thrown up just 4 more gateways, so we're going to be seeing a good old 4-gate play, basically saying, you think you're so good, AlphaStar, I'll show you what's good, as he warps in a Zealot, a Sentry, a Stalker. There's another Stalker, so it doesn't sound like the start of a bad joke anymore. But there's the double gas going up for AlphaStar, so it'll be able to go ham on that Phoenix production. We'll see if there's going to be a successful attack from the Masters player or not. Two Adepts and a Phoenix going to run into each other in the center of the map. That Phoenix can lift up one of them. Gonna basically hold it there, but we need to see more and more units coming out of the Master player. These gateways, the second they're off cooldown, got to be warping in more units if he's going to make a successful attack. His own Phoenix is under fire from AlphaStar's. AlphaStar has got a shield battery, going to be throwing up three more shield batteries, and all is looking pretty well for AlphaStar. The Masters player not able to punish this yet. He's got a pylon for slow warp-ins, but take a look at this. It's 41 workers to 24 on one base. The Masters player needs to kill AlphaStar. We'll see if he's able to make it happen. He's in an odd spot with his lower Phoenix count, and we all know how lower Phoenix count does against higher Phoenix count. You may as well have no Phoenix. Looks like the Masters player is getting ready to charge on in. He's got his units, maybe going to pop a Guardian Shield, but the problem is there's simply so many shield batteries here for AlphaStar. Army Supply's in the lead for the Masters player, but if shield batteries took supply, the AI would absolutely be in the lead. The Stalker's not able to kill the Phoenix really at all due to the shield batteries and due to their high HP. This is just looking like another AlphaStar successful opening, once again baiting his opponent into an early attack due to basically just this play. And every time we see this in PvP, it justifies AlphaStar's opening and makes me want to try it more and more all the time. Phoenix does die. The shield batteries still have energy at the back. I mean, AlphaStar pulls a few probes to help out, because why not? Yeah, AlphaStar totally has held this attack and is now making an immortal for good measure. The Phoenix just doing God's work. There's another Phoenix coming on in. We could see some unit lifts. We see one Stalker get lifted up, gonna get killed by Phoenix. More Stalkers get warped in for the Masters player, but this Immortal is about to pop out. And once the Immortal's out, I feel like that'll make a big difference. There's the Big Daddy Immortal. Gonna start pushing the Stalkers back, and this is looking real good right now for AlphaStar. The supply is double. The Master player is actually down on supply now. There's about to be 2 Immortals out. The shield battery is regenerating energy. AlphaStar knows what's good, and that's its opening. No one seems to be able to punish this. I want to see if like a pro player can punish this, or how a pro player will react to something like this. I want to try AlphaStar's build. I know I'll totally die because I'm not nearly as good as AlphaStar at defending cheese, but I mean, it does give me faith seeing this. The Phoenix are out on the map for AlphaStar. They're going to come back after seeing all these Stalkers, though, or they're actually just going to hang out. There is 2 Immortals out for AlphaStar. The gateway's under fire. The Master player is going ham, pushing into this gateway, getting shots off on it. The Immortals are going to be able to start shooting away on these Stalkers, though. The Phoenix come in, lift up a bunch of the Stalkers, and there's just not enough firepower here for the Masters player. Not enough firepower, not enough mobility. GG gets called. AlphaStar does take the 2-0 today. So ladies and gentlemen, well done by the AI, showing us its dominance once again. This has just been an AlphaStar Destroys Humanity episode. Ladies and gentlemen, press that like button, join the Discord, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, as it's free. You get notified of new StarCraft 2 daily. And then, of course, if you do want to support the channel, consider becoming a member. I added a link to that in the description down below. I'll see you next time. This has been LaughNgamez. Thanks for watching.